Hey guys, my name is Eric, and I'm the guy behind the Distortionist. And today I wanted to give you some insight on my music and how I do my stuff. And I'll do that by showing you my new track, Downpour, which is out now, and hopefully you've already heard it. And I'll get right into the project file, and you'll see what it consists of and how it's done. So this is the DAW I'm using. It's a digital audio workstation. It's called FL Studio. It's really easy to navigate, has a good workflow. I like it. But at the same time, I hate it. But this is the kind of love-hate relationship that I think almost every producer has with his software. So let's get right into the track. This is the track. You see it here. All the different elements, the items that have colors, are different elements of the song. And I started this track basically by the idea came when I had this arpeggio here. It had a really creepy feel, and I was like, yeah, let's do a song around this. And this is how I start basically all my tracks. I have some kind of idea already in my head, but and I start with some small elements and form a track around it. So this is actually coming, let me see, from, I think it's this one. No, that's not it. This one. That's also not it. Yeah, here. So this is from a synthesizer called Synthmaster Player. I bought it for 15 euros, I don't know. And it's really great. For arpeggios and sequenced synth, this is my go-to synthesizer. So yeah, the song started out with this idea, and then I built it. I think I had the lyrics not quite ready when I started the song, but I had some ideas. I wanted to be a dark, creepy, atmospheric kind of song. Dark alleyway, because this is, I was just coming home from, I don't know, a party, and it was very dark and very lonely my way home. So this is where the idea from the song for the lyrics came and for the atmosphere. So I basically started the song how I do every song, with an arpeggio and a beat. So this is what I did. This is basically how the song started. So now that I added those elements here, this is, I think it's a saw. Where's the mixer? Here it is. It is a synth saw. I think it's a Serum synth saw. Let's hear it. Yeah. And where does it come from? Actually, it doesn't come from Serum. It also came from Synthmaster. I recently bought this plugin. I had recently bought this plugin at this time, and when I do that, I try everything out. And this song is almost exclusively Synthmaster, I think. Great plugin. So, and this. And then I also added this high synth. That's basically audible. That's almost not audible. I think this is massive. Yeah, it's massive. Massive is this plugin here. It's also a synthesizer. So those together sound like this. Together with the sub bass. You'll hear if your speakers are good. If not, then your speakers just don't reach that low. So it's to give some meat. It's a bass that you rather feel than hear. And it's a very important element of electronic music, at least. Okay, so I'll make sure to deactivate the vocals because they're distracting. Yeah, and then I think I added those sounds. And together it sounded like this. Yeah, here we have some rain textures. I mean, it's downpour, so I had to give it some atmosphere. I'd like to add some, yeah, some fitting atmospheric stuff into my songs. What do we got here? Yeah, it's also not audible, but it also, all of that just comes together and creates a texture for the track. It makes it sound fuller. So this is what I was looking for here. What else do we got? Some hit. I think that's pretty much it for this part. And this is how my song started out. I think what I added recently was. Did you hear that? And what is this? Oh, those are lyrics. Okay, those are vocals. So it seems like I didn't add anything else in here. Yeah. So this is how the song started. And then I wanted to do some, I don't know, frantic rap kind of thing. So I made this small transition here and then it goes into this part. So what's happening here? It's basically the same. It's this huge synth, this growling synth, with this high synth again. Oof, no, that's not. And this arpeggio. Here it is. Which also sounds like raindrops falling. If raindrops made synthesizer sounds. Okay. Yeah. You see, I'm reusing the sounds in every part, and that's because if those parts are so different, then you need to, in order to keep it coherent, you need to use recurring sounds. If not, then all of the whole track doesn't sound like a unified song, but instead it sounds like some random parts throwing together. I also have those kind of songs, but they're not good. So this is also, oh, we can't hear it. And then we got, yeah, some, how do you call it? I forgot. Yeah, and then we got to the bridge. Pre-chorus. It's actually called pre-chorus. I wanted to do something different, some rap, trap, screamo, emo thing, influenced stuff. So I added, I think, yeah, those distorted 808s. They run through a distortion module here. Without it, it sounds boring. With the distortion module, dum dum dum. Yeah. Then some drums. Those annoying hi-hats you hear in trap music. And this one, which is basically, this is a loop I found, I don't know, in one of my sample packs. And it gives basically the whole section its rhythm. So it's not very creative what I did here. But everything together, also those kind of synth recurring, this arpeggio. And we have, oh. Yeah, and together it sounds like this. now we get to the chorus section. The chorus section is a basic beat. Sounds pretty underwhelming as it is. Here we have a crash. We have some. And all the drums together sound like this. No, they don't. Now you get some audio dropouts, but this is because my recording software, I don't know. I haven't figured it out and I can't be bothered to be honest. Yeah, so those are the drums. And what else do we got? Yeah, the synth, no, the bass. And then late in late in production process, I also added this guitar. Because I was like, yeah, now my fans, I recently had released Witch Hunt, which is a very guitar-driven track. So then I was like, yeah, I need to add some guitars so my listeners won't be like, what the fuck is this? What kind of electronic witchcraft? So I added some guitars. And also because I think they add some depth to the synth, because the guitars as it's solos sound very underwhelming. And the synth as it is sounds very underwhelming. But together, solo. Yeah. So, and then we have this lead. And some effects. I honestly don't know what kind of effects we have here. It's odd that I put this here, but it doesn't matter. Let's see. Yeah, we got those guys here. This is... there's this one, this small guy here is called Breathe Carolina. Breathe Carolina is a band I used to listen to, and I loved them. And there is one sound that's that was in that track, and I tried to imitate the same sound. So this is how I ended up with this sound. Yeah, but now they do like boring EDM kind of music. Although their latest album was very was a throwback. Breathe Carolina, for all of you who don't know them, it was an electronic duo who used to do electronic pop with scream elements, which was like nothing no other band did that well. All the other bands sounded very trashy, but they did it kind of a stylish way. Yeah, so I really enjoyed them, but now they do EDM and remixes. Yeah, I think this is it for the whole drop. There is nothing else. It's a very simple song, as you see. Although you see all those elements here, those are all vocals. Those are automations, those curves. They basically regulate when a sound, in this case, you can automate the volume, so the volume goes up, like you see here. It goes up and then it goes down. And also the panning. So if I want a sound to go from the right to the left, then I'd automate it as well. Yeah, that is basically all there is to it. What is this? Ah, this. Okay, right. So what else do we got? We got the bridge. I think this is the last unique part of the song. And this is the part where I got lazy and was like, okay, fuck it. I'm just going to reuse the thing from the pre-chorus, and just some straight synths. What is this? And the same arps I already used. You see, everything is repeated here, but it gives it some kind of coherency. You know what I mean. And the annoying synth again. Yeah, that's it. And then we get into, I did some nice transitions. This is the last thing I added before sending the song off to the mastering engineer, which was also me. Yeah, I wanted to master another game. Mastering is when you finish the song and you send it off to someone else to give it like the last, I don't know, the last something. He will listen to it and he will correct any mistakes you've made. But yeah, it's expensive, and I'm a student, and I can't be sending people my stuff and pay every time. So I bought a new pair of headphones, and now I'm doing it myself. Although I suck at it, I have to say that. I also don't like the song, to be honest. But I'm glad that people enjoy it. But I do not. Once I've released it, I don't listen to it again, because you have to imagine doing this song takes good amount of time, and by the time I finished it, I've listened to it at least 200 times, if not even more. Yeah. Okay, so let's go to the last part, which is vocals. And this is my least favorite part of everything, because recording vocals being alone is not great. It's very tiresome, and cutting them. And I don't record vocals in FL Studio. I use Reaper. It's another program. I wrote my first song in Reaper in one day, and it's the worst piece of music that has ever seen the day of light. And I hope to never, ever release it, so that nobody can listen to it. It was really bad. But maybe I might decide at some point to release it just for fun. But it's a really bad sound. But anyway, I record in Reaper and then I import it here to FL Studio. So what kind of voice did I do? I have, this is the initial screams, and yeah. There'll be blood on my ass! And now you can see, or you can't. No, that's odd. Let's see. There'll be blood on my ass! Yeah, he added some highly distorted vocals. The vocals, they sound there'll be blood on my ass! Brutal, but they're not that brutal, to be honest. Let's see how it sounds with all the processing off. There'll be blood on my ass! There'll be blood on my ass! There'll be blood on my ass! Yeah, some cat dying in the background. Then I think I forgot to show you some ambient sounds, which come here in the second part, which are not vocals. Let's go over those real quick. And this one, I think. This we already know. Okay, so yeah, vocals for the verse. When the streets are painted black and all souls have left your side. You can see there is lots of processing going on here. But
When the street,
how does it sound without?
when the streets are painted black and all souls have left your side.
Okay, you see, it sounds very underwhelming, and I think even with effect, it doesn't sound that great. But it gives it some creepy, eerie feel. I think I've did some harmonies here.
When the street, when the street, when the streets
Yeah.
are painted black.
Whatever.
When the streets are painted black and all souls have left your side.
Yeah, this
The
is,
first raindrops start to fall.
and I don't sing like this. It's also pitch corrected. You can hear it. I think more here. You hear the pitch correction.
I do not owe you any.
Okay.
I do not owe you any answers. I'm a symptom, nothing more.
More.
Nothing more.
More. You hear that blub kind of sound?
Nothing more.
More.
Nothing.
That's autotune. No, I think no, that's not autotune. That's Melodyne. Melodyne is like you can dissect your performance and then pitch every note you sang accordingly. Most of the bands, nearly every artist to some degree uses pitch correction. So there's no shame in doing it. Yeah, because without it, it sounds weird. We are so used to hearing music that is pitch corrected, or voices that are pitch corrected, that without pitch correction, even the greatest singer can sound sometimes a little bit rough. So it depends on how good you are as a singer. If you're really good, then you almost need no pitch correction, but it's comfortable for the engineer if you didn't hit a note 100% to correct it a bit, instead of going to the singer again, hey, can you re-record that part? Yeah. So, but if you're a bad singer like me, then you use a lot of pitch correction. And I barely sing here, so. But I have some tracks coming up where I sing. What kind of other vocals do we have? Yeah, nothing special. Yeah, here we have something to look at. We have I have multiple stacks of songs. I mean, of voices. One. What is this? Yeah, you hear it barely. There's like a robot voice going on. Then we have... No, this is nothing. Yeah, some growls. And all together sound like this. And then we have the chorus doubled.
Heavy rain puts on your chest.
And this one.
Heavy rain puts on your chest. Heavy rain puts on your chest.
So if you double vocals, they sound thicker. And then we have delay, of course.
Heavy rain puts on.
Why is it?
Heavy rain puts on your chest.
And then, of course...
Heavy rain puts on your...
some reverb to give it some depth as well. I think that's it for the song. This was kind of new to me to do something like this. I hope you enjoyed my rambling. And if you want to know something more, and if you enjoyed it and want me to do something like this in the future, then yeah, tell me in the comments. And I hope to see you for a next one. Bye. Here's the camera. Bye.